Hey y'all, it's your girl Sia, and I'm back with another video. Y'all, really quick, I wanted to talk about how to deal with males upon the initial contact with them. And I'm only doing this video based upon the approach that occurred with me today. On my way home, I stopped at a store and I heard someone tell me, "Hey, beautiful," or something like that. And I just said, "Hey," right? But I said it without the smile intentionally. The goal was to repel whoever was saying it, right? So initially, I thought it was some man who kind of looked homeless. And, I'm not rude. So I am going to speak back, and I'll say hi. If it's an older male, I may just ignore him because he's older and he has no business fucking talking to me in the first place. But usually, if someone speaks to me, I try to speak back. So that's number one, because I know a lot of women, when you're approached by men, some women will ignore them completely, which I feel is kind of rude and disrespectful, not, just in general. And I think that plays a part in, so some of these women that end up hurt, not saying that it's their fault, but I just don't feel like that's the proper approach, because now you're going to receive a level of backlash because you're being rude, right? Um, but for me, I'll speak. Like, I'm not afraid of males per se. A lot of males, by the grace of God, when they approach me, they know they have to come correct. And I think part of that is how I carry myself. You're not going to see me showing too much skin. I'm very well dressed. I'm still very sexy. But I'm just not the girl that you're going to think you're going to put your hands on or grab or something like that. A lot of males, when they approach me, they just know to act a certain way, right? Whether it's a mask and it falls off 3 months down the line or what have you, they know that that initial approach, they need to come correct. So this man, and this is why I'm thinking I really need a gun, right? Because this individual approached me. So here's the deal. I walked past him. I thought I said hi, but I kept going because I'm not interested, right? It just is what it is. I don't want to know your name. I don't want to get to know you. I don't want to talk to you really. I'm not interested, right? And that is really my demeanor. And so I went in, did my thing. I come out and I'm walking to my car, and all of a sudden I have this guy chasing behind me, right? And he's like, "You can't hear me because of that damn motorcycle. You just ignored me because you can't hear me because of the motorcycle." And I stopped to turn around because the dude he sounded very close, right? So naturally, I need to know who's approaching me, and what for. I don't really need to know what for. I just need to make sure I'm safe, right? That's what that is. So I turn around, dude gets up close to me and he's like, "Yeah, so you're fine," and yada yada yada. I want your, talking to me or whatever, and like asking me weird questions, right? And I just keep telling him, like, he's like, "Well, where are you going so quickly? Where are you off to?" "I'm going home, bro. Like, I don't got like, and I probably said too much in that moment, but again, that was my mindset. Well, why? No, I'm not kicking it in somebody's fucking parking lot, right? I'm not fucking hood. That is probably what some hood bitches do. That is not me. I got off of work. I'm tired. I don't want to conversate. And that's really what the conversation was about. "Well, if you let me, I can, make your life wonderful." I'm thinking, motherfucker, my life is great. Like, yeah, I know my car was a little dirty, right? In terms of outside, excuse me. Maybe my fenders messed up, right? Maybe my handles got a little issues, but ultimately, like I said, my life is, for me, I'm not complaining. So it's weird to me that males will approach women with this idea that, "Are you alone? So, well, I could make it better." The fuck? If you could, what the fuck? Like, that mindset is weird to me, right? But then it goes on. So, dude He's talking. I'm like, yeah, my life is already good. Like, I'm brushing him off, right? And he's like, well, you don't have to act shady. Bitch, I'm not acting shady. I'm telling you exactly what it is. I'm not interested, right? And I'm trying to tell this individual in the nicest way possible, right? So I go to hit the button on my door. Dude grabs my door before I could. I mean, quick as shit, right? Opens my door. But I'm kind of looking at him like, did you fucking touch my car, bro? But again, he's a black male and I don't feel safe. Okay. So realistically, I have to consider the black male's image off tops, right? If y'all are going around killing folks, right? I've got to kind of play this one a little bit smooth because obviously homie thinks he's suave enough to be opening my fucking door, right? And keep in mind too, I'm looking at how he looks. I'm looking at his clothing, like I'm looking at all of this, right? And what it gave me was bum. Okay? I don't give a damn if you're a good person. Like, I know that fucks with men, but that's not a reason for me to say I want to be with you. Like, it's got to be a little bit more than that, okay? So, in my mind, I would expect a man that has a little bit more going on for himself, right? If you want to open my door, let me tell you, there's levels to this shit, right? A bum touching my door and a baller touching my door, two very different things. Do you understand? A bum touching my door, a bum chasing me down gives me fear vibes, like creep vibes, right? A baller doing it, you may give him a little exception. There may be a level of exception to that rule, okay? So he opens my car door, and I know I looked him up and down because I'm like, what the fuck are you doing touching my car? Like, that's number one. Don't fucking touch my car, bro. And I should have went off then and there, but again, I'm thinking about my fucking safety, right? Because dude's eyes look crazy and everything, right? So I get in my car. He's got my door open. I get in my car, and he was like, well, I could open more doors for you if you let me. Bro. Like, I am not Shaquisha from the block, okay? Like, real talk, that shit don't work on me. If anybody's gonna open some doors, I'ma open them for myself. Did you hear me? I don't need a man to do those things. And I just feel like when it comes to doors, women, we get a little bit further at times, right? So for me personally, it's obvious when a male is balling and when he is not. And I'm not saying money is everything, but only certain types of males get certain levels of privilege. It's just like with women. Some women have pretty privilege and others don't, right? That's just how that works. So you can't come to me, you're not shaved, you don't look good, you look raggedy, you're dressed not like how a man dresses, right? Because I don't want no hood nigga. Like, I don't do sagging the pants, and you don't got a decent belt to put on, and you look raggedy. I'm not like, that's not even my MO, right? When I step out, I need someone who compliments me. And so if you don't compliment me, there's no fucking way we're gonna make this work at all. I don't give a damn how good you claim to be of a person, right? Because you being a good person is very subjective to the person that's dealing with you. And I'm not willing to bank my life and the success that I have over some lane, bro. Like, I'm not risking it, bro. Sorry, okay? So I get in my car, and you could tell, like I said, I wasn't really smiling. Dude was trying to get me to smile, but it's like, you're really invading my personal space right now, right? You're really in my space, and I'm highly irritated. So as a man, the fact that you can't even fucking read that, bro, is a problem, okay? Because I'm not fucking smiling, right? So he's talking, yada, yada, yada. And finally, he was like, so why don't you take down my number? Okay, fine. If this is what's going to get you to shut my fucking door, fine. So I take down the guy's number, right? Then he's like, well, why don't you text me? See, men are getting on this whole, why don't you text me in the moment type shit, right? And I thank God for AT&T. I'm going to tell you guys another service that does this is Google Voice, okay? And I have both, right? So here's the deal with my phone, okay? I have a thing called Active Armor and I absolutely love it. Why? Because when I go to block somebody, it notifies them when they call again that my phone number is disconnected. Do you understand me? So I said, fine, fuck it. I asked him, I said, if I give you my number, will you shut my door? And so he did, right? But tried to get a hug. And I'm like, bro, I don't even know you. Like I told him that. I don't know you. I'm not giving you no hug. I don't know if you got bed bugs on your clothes. Like, I don't know if you smell good. I'm not trying to be anybody invading my fucking space, bro. Like, the fuck? So I said, if I give you my number, will you shut my door? Yeah, yeah. So, okay, you got my number. Well, just remember that if you want to live life, I'm here. Bro, I'm already living life. What you gonna lead me to my death? Like, I'm not the girl. I want to be very clear, right? I have been celibate for 4 fucking years, right? 4. That means that the level of discipline that I have when it comes to my body, when it comes to my emotions, is very high. I am not easily swayed by the feelings of loneliness, right? You're not going to see me say, oh, well, I'm lonely today, so I'm going to just find a man and take whatever man that I can get. No, fuck that. My life overall is actually very great. And so I kept telling the man that. I said, my life is good, sir. Like, I'm good, right? I appreciate the offer, but I'm living a great life, right? I'm actually loving my life, right? Oh, well, are you alone? And I just kind of looked at him like, are you really fucking asking me that question? Right? Because why ask me that question? What is the reason that you're asking me that question? Ladies, let me tell you something. When a man is asking you upon your initial meeting of him, your ever knowing of his existence, if you're alone, yeah, you might not want to answer that question because that is too much information. And when a man thinks you're alone, he will try to get away with whatever the fuck he can, especially if he does not have good intentions. And I can tell you by the approach of this individual who was not of a status to even do what he did to begin with, this wasn't a quality individual. I can tell you that now. And I can almost bet money on the car that he was driving in, because I didn't see where he had gotten out of, was not his. Okay. So I want to say this. When a man is asking you if he's alone, he's calculating shit. You don't know me from a can of paint for me to even answer that question, right? So I just looked at him, and I literally just looked at him with that look like, are you really fucking asking me this question? Again, my face was resting bitch face the entire fucking time. I probably smiled one time because he cracked the joke, and that was it. Okay. The rest was very short answers. I've got money to make. Well, what do you, as I told him, I said, I'm going home. He said, why are you going home so easy? I said, because I'm tired. He says, well, why are you so tired? Mistake number 2. Why the fuck aren't you tired, right? I'm tired because I got a career that I live and I enjoy. Why the fuck aren't you tired, bro? Like, to me, that's a problem because I'm coming home during rush hour, right? Meaning that there are a ton of folks on the road who feel exactly how I feel. Okay. So the fact that you ask me, well, why are you tired, tells me that you have nothing going on with your life. I understand that not everybody gets tired, but most people are tired when they get off of work, and most people just want to sit and chill after they're fucking driving in fucking rush hour for God knows how long, right? So off the rip, I'm looking at dude some type of way. I keep looking at his clothing. I'm looking at his shoes. I'm like, this ain't gonna work for me, bro. Because how is it that I look nicer than you and I went to work? You asking me why am I so tired? Because I make money, sir. That's what I told him that. Because I make money. Oh, well, you need to come hang out. No, I don't hang out and chill. Like, that's not my thing, right? That may be Shaquisha's thing. That ain't my thing, right? So I kept letting them know, like, again, I'm not rude, but it's obvious I'm not interested. So I'm still having the conversation, but I'm letting them know it ain't what you think it's about to be, bro. Well, what is it that you just you don't want to, I'm not interested. Well, nah, you just not interested because you ran into a lot of, you ain't to dudes playing games and all this shit. The fuck? I'm not interested because I got a life. The fuck? Like, men act like we live just for them. I don't live for you, motherfucker. I don't even know you, bro. What you think, my life is just so miserable that I'm gonna just allow you into my life? That's not how that works. You got to earn that spot, homie. And if that's not a spot you're willing to earn, I don't know what to tell you, but I damn sure, and I want to be very clear, I don't need a man in my life. I don't need to risk my future, my present for no nigga. The fuck? First of all, we're not even in the same caliber, let alone any of that. So, dude, I finally said, okay, because dude is going on and on about being alone. You could tell, like, I'm like, what? Like, I didn't even get into none of this with him really because, again, I'm not there to have a conversation. I'm trying to get you away from me. I'm trying to get you to shut my door. I'm trying to get away from you, right? And this man had no clue, right? He's over there thinking, yeah, I shot my shot. No, bitch. No, the fuck you didn't, right? Thank God for AT&T, motherfucker. So, so here's the deal. Dude finally shuts my door after I gave him my number, and I sped off on purpose, right? Bumped my music, played my Snow Bunny, and sped the fuck off, right? And it wasn't out of fear, it's just because I can, just to show you, motherfucker, we're not the same, right? So he calls me right after that, right? Because I'm sure he heard my music bumping, right? And I'm speeding. So he's like, damn, right? He called me right after that. Y'all know I blocked his ass immediately. Okay, not just on my phone, but through the Active Armor app, which means that if he attempted to contact me again, he could never get a hold of me. Do you see what I'm saying? So I recommend that women play the game, play it, right? I'm not going to be extra friendly with you because I need you to know I'm not the one to fuck with, right? So I'm not over here, hee, ha, ha, oh, thank you. Because I already know I'm fine. I already know who the fuck I am, bro. I'm trying to figure out why the fuck are you in my space? And really, that's not a conversation to be had. I want to be clear. Women, the less you say, the better. That wasn't a conversation for me. Why the fuck are you in my space? Why the fuck? Like, I'm not going to go off on you because I know how to get rid of you. Do you understand me? But it was I was a little nervous because, again, you're in my personal space. You opened up my car door and now you will not shut it. He's literally standing. He's like, I'm not done. I'm not done until you give me your number. Okay, if that's what you want, homie. But understand, just because you have my number, and I didn't have to go into all of that with him, because again, the less you say, the better when you're dealing with men you don't know. You can have my number, that's fine. But I pay my $150 bill every month for them motherfuckers to block you, right? And to really ensure that you cannot contact me ever again. Y'all see what I'm saying? So again, I wasn't rude. I engaged in the conversation enough for the male to understand that I'm not trying to disrespect you, right? And that's not my approach. So it helps for a male to know that. I feel like men are humans in the sense that they know what disrespect is. And I feel like, and I've seen it before, where women will reject a man, right? And they will do it in ways that kind of dehumanize a man, just like men do it to women. Don't get it twisted. Men do it during the cat calling and all that shit. But if I'm thinking about my safety, I'm going to keep it very short, right? I'll engage enough for the man to understand, like, I don't hate you. I ain't got no beef with you, right? I don't need to say that, right? But again, no smiles. It's obvious I'm tired, right? Or I'm busy. That's another good one, right? When you're in rest in bitch face mode, right? So they understand it's not you, it's me, right? Because these males have a hard time with rejection, so you let them down easily. The dude already should have known he was rejected the moment I ignored his advance the first time. Hey, beautiful. And I walked right past you. I mean, I said hi, but I kept going. Like, I didn't even look at whoever said it. Hi, and just kept going, you know? So, and I didn't even, I said hi like that. Like, I didn't even say hi, hey. No. Okay. It's hi, meaning that you need to know that you're annoying me off the rip. Off the rip. But I did not expect this individual. Usually males will go about their fucking day. I did not expect this individual to then get out of his car and chase me to my car. He wasn't getting out of a Maserati. He wasn't getting out of a Mercedes. He wasn't getting out of a fucking, he was getting out of a fucking like baby car, you know. I'm sorry. I don't know what you're doing. And then you touching my fucking door. And I'm sure he was trying to see what my car, like the inside of a lot of men, they get up on my car and then they want to see the inside of the car. And part of that is to determine whether or not like the woman is dirty, but also I have a nice car. So when they come up on it, they're like, oh shit, like your car is kind of not, like they want to see. I've had that happen many times. So I'm sure this individual was trying to figure that out, something, and or just in my business trying to see, my space. But bro, that's not what you do, right? And men have to get to a point where they understand that certain women are of a certain caliber, meaning that you have to approach them differently than how you approach everybody else. And if you are not of that caliber, sir, you have no business approaching me to begin with. 3 things. Let me tell y'all something. I don't want to talk about loneliness and being alone. That ain't got shit to do with me. That is your life. When a male brings that up to me and I ain't said shit about me being lonely or alone, and you come up to me talking about, are you alone? Well, if you let me in your life, it will be better. The fuck it will. I'm not stupid. I'm not 20. I'm not 18. I'm not dumb. The fuck? So let me tell you, men who talk like that off the rip, I ain't got nothing for you, because that tells me you don't even know how to have a level of conversation that is intriguing enough for me to want to keep the conversation up. You talking about how, oh, well, you'll be living life if you got me, motherfucker. I probably have 10 times more money than you. I probably have more of a life than you do. So, and like I said, I looked the nigga up and down like, okay, like if you telling me that I'm gonna be living life, then why didn't you pull up in that Mercedes Benz, right? Why didn't you pull up in that $100,000 car that you can afford the maintenance on? I'm just trying to tell you, because I'm already at a certain level, sir. What can you do for me? Not shit. The fuck? These dudes out here getting desperate, and that shit was a fucking desperate move, and I don't fucking like that. The entire way of going about that was very desperate. And for a woman, again, this is my fucking city, okay? You gotta understand, I've been here. These are my stomping grounds. I know a shit ton of people in this city. Do you understand me? So for me, I've never been the girl to run, right? From feeling like I'm unsafe. And I feel like if I was to hurry up and get in my car and fumble and all that, thank God I don't have keys that I need to open my door with. But I'm just saying, it's the principle. If I would have done all that, I just feel like you when you act with fear, you attract things that will cause you to be in fear. Was I highly uncomfortable? Very much so. But did I stand my ground? You damn right. I may be tiny, but motherfucker, I'm no pushover, homie. You and I gonna be scrapping, and like, for real. I don't put my hands on dudes, but I damn sure ain't gonna allow one to intimidate me. Not in a situation where I shouldn't have to feel that way. Do you understand me? So the whole time I'm in this situation, I'm just thinking of the dude is talking. I'm tired, bro. I really don't give a fuck about what he was talking about. Do you like literally in my head? It was like womp, 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 womp. And in my mind, all I'm thinking is, I'm tired. Will this fool let me go? Okay. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not the girl. I'm not like every woman, right? Y'all ain't coming to me with Kevin Samuels talking points, okay? And you thinking that you gonna pick me, like I'ma choose you. No, no, sir. That's not how that works. Because ultimately, and I want to be very clear, with my levels with loneliness, first of all, celibacy helps to exercise a level of discipline so you know that that feeling is only temporary. So if I was ever feeling lonely, I would not be calling on a man. I'd be going to pick up my daughter. Do you see what I'm saying? Two very different things. On top of that, right? I don't see loneliness as a means to say, you know what, I'm gonna sleep with you. I'm a let you invade my space in my life. You don't even know, I don't even know if you're worthy to be in my presence. And from the looks of it, again, I understand you can't judge a book by its cover, but you are what you are, right? And image is everything. And in my industry, image is everything. So, fool, if you're not like, I'm a whole accountant. What the fuck do I look like with a dude sagging his pants and, driving his mama's car, his ex baby mom's car? Like, what do I like? That can't be what's in the cards for me, bro. It wouldn't even look right. If I take you to some of these rich events, these motherfuckers gonna be looking at you crazy and then looking at me crazy because they like, why the fuck are you with this motherfucker? I expect my man to look like a man, not a child. That's number one. Okay. Two, we ain't doing this same height bullshit. Motherfucker, you better be taller than me. Like, I'm dead ass. I don't do the men. Listen, because there's a level that comes, I'm good. That's just a preference. I don't want that. Lastly, I feel like a lot of men, because of the stages that they're going through, right? Obviously, this male has been rejected more than once. The fact that he was able to come out and say, well, oh, that's because you've been dealing with all these dudes who've been running game. First of all, I ain't been dealing with no dudes. That's a fact. I put that on my daughter's life. I ain't dealt with not one dude. Black, white, Spanish, it don't fucking matter. I've been focused on getting my money, sir, building my life, sir, enjoying my lifestyle, sir. The last thing on my mind. Now, every now and then it comes up where I'm like, damn, I can't seem to find somebody who seems to match me, right? Every now and then yeah, okay. But when I really look at it, do I really want more kids? Probably not, right? After I hit 37, I don't think that I'm really looking for a marriage at that point, right? Because I'm not gonna be with a man just to take care of him during his dead years. Like I'm good, right? So I don't really see much more potential for me. Yes, I'm beautiful and I appreciate the acknowledgement, but realistically, like, I don't know. Like, I'm picky and I have every right to be picky. And what I mean by picky is, again, you've got to fit my steez. If you don't fit it, I don't know what to tell you, sir. And unfortunately, with black men, primarily black men in Denver, these men ain't shit. Like, they don't look like shit. They look like dust, literally. And I'm not saying that to be an asshole. But bro, if you look like you're homeless and you trying to step to me, I know damn well I don't look homeless. So I mean, what can I do for you, sir? You need to be going to find you the girl that's at your level. Date the woman at your level. Stop trying to come for women that are, damn well aren't at your level. opening my car door, and I must have looked at this nigga like, really? Hey, Lucky. See, I probably don't need a gun because the thought that ran into my mind when this motherfucker touched my door, yo, I promise you I was ready to snap. Hey, Lucky, I was so goddamn tired. I wasn't even lying. I was telling the truth. I'm tired. And I don't have a gun. Therefore, I'm not going to come at a man like that. But I'm just saying, if I had a nigga, look, let's keep it 1,000. The man that I would have been dating would have known that shit ain't that, nah. You know what I mean? If I had a brother or something, that nigga would have been had to back off, bro. But he only did it because I'm a woman and I'm tiny. So I want to be clear with men. Listen, if you're not interested, you're not interested. Do not cross that line. Do not give him any signs otherwise, right? This man, by the time I gave him my number, he knew damn well I wasn't interested. He sent me a text and said, well, when you're ready to live life, you know, holla at me. No, nigga, I told you I'm already living life. I'm good. Like, your life is death and destruction. I'm good over here, homie. Oh, well, you've been passing up all them good dudes, you know, so that's probably why you ain't found one. The fuck? That ideology, like, I don't think black men understand that white men trained me, right? So mentally, that argument don't work over here, homie. That don't work over here. You could say that I ran into 1,000,001 good dudes, but I know damn well just because he's a good man don't make him good for me. Just because you a good person, right, don't mean that you're good for me. Doesn't mean that I should marry you simply because you're a good person. Like, that's not how this world works, bro. And maybe Shaquisha, because you are a good man, maybe you were built for her. Maybe she'll appreciate you, but I don't. I don't even know you, bro. So these topics of conversations, let me tell y'all, men, I'm gonna need y'all to start getting on some better, like, especially black men. Y'all don't know how to have a conversation of intelligence with a woman. You don't. Okay? Because first off, okay, chasing me down could have been cute if you was driving a fucking Mercedes and you look like you make 200-300K a fucking year, bro. But when you're coming at me and you're talking about, well, why are you so tired? Bitch, why aren't you tired? Like, like in my mind, I'm like, what? Millions of people in rush hour at this time, and you asking me why I'm fucking tired? I need a man that's in rush hour, maybe. That's what I need, so he understands. I ain't even got to explain it to him because he went through it too. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm not, like I said, I'm not your typical girl. I don't give a fuck what men are talking about, right? I don't care to attract a male. I'm very attractive, meaning that I naturally attract men of all races, white, black, Spanish, all of that. In fact, my Spanish ex is sitting there in my DMs talking about how gorgeous I am. Okay? So this ain't like, okay. But your approach is everything. Your initial approach is everything. It's everything. And when a woman ignores you, because I mean, technically, he probably thought that I did ignore him because I said hi, just like that. But I kept going. I didn't even turn back to see where it was coming from. I knew it was talking about me, and I went about my fucking day. That's a rejection, sir. I didn't stop to look to see who's saying hi, beautiful. I didn't do none of that. And I could be totally wrong about this individual, but let me tell you, I am not willing to take that risk to find out. Like, my eyes are set. Y'all gotta understand, the clients I work with, right? These men are really well put together, right? And they come in with their wives and they've got this 100K, $1,000 house and, you know, the $1,000,000 homes. And these are the types of people that I'm actually around majority of my time. Men who wear suits, who wear dress shoes and button ups, and you know what I mean? Men who actually can talk about building money and building businesses and investments and all these things that really can advance my life. I'm just not understanding what a nigga thinks I'm gonna do. And I said nigga for a reason. I'm not understanding what that kind of male thinks I can do for him. I have nothing to offer you, sir. I'm not here to boost you up. I'm not here for you to leech off of me. I will not allow it. So I dead that shit because one, I've already said when you're dating a black male, your value goes down significantly. I've always been a woman that have been sought after by many different races. The moment I start dating a black man, them races like, nah, she don't, because they're looking at me like I don't know my own worth. And I'm not saying that white men are better than black men because obviously I know that to not be true. I've dated rich, I've dated poor. I'm a pretty woman. I've been on tons of dates, right? So I know that men regardless of their color or their creed, right? But the reality of it is I am in a space in life where I am doing for me. I don't give a little Bob. I give a fuck living. There's no fucking way, bro. Because if that was the case, I'd have been happy with the first one I had. Right? It does nothing for me. So again, making sure that you do not blur the lines. I don't think men really know when a woman, like, again, if you're in that space and you're over there, ha ha, hee hee, and you're, oh, thank you, and da da da, nigga, that man is gonna think you want him, right? This man is trying to convince me why I want him, and the only thing he had good enough to say was, well, I can make your life better. Are you alone? Oh, well, it will be better with me. Nah, nigga, tell that to Chantel, right? From the block. I always want to say Jenny from the block. Hey, she put herself in that position, but you go tell that to one of these pick Mishas. I'm not that girl. I don't need a man. What I want is a quality man that God has ordained for me. If it ain't him, it ain't him. And I know that I will know when he comes, but that ain't it. So that's all I got to say on the matter, y'all. I'm out. Peace.